Um, Hello. So it's just me again. Uh, so I tried to find search another match, and Juggernaut. I just couldn't get Juggernaut. After the PA match, I searched for another match, and Juggernaut got banned instantly. So I just figured out, since I don't have enough time for going on for a Juggernaut game, I just download a replay of a much better player than me who is playing Juggernaut, and we just try to understand what he's doing, and we just keep it pretty basic because this video is mainly for my friend and new players who are gonna be learning the basics of Juggernaut. So what we have here is Ame from PSG.LGD on the Juggernaut, and how he tries to play the lane. We're not gonna look into depth for everything like A to Z, but just the very few basic concepts that we can maintain to keep ourselves improving. Like one thing at a time. We're gonna do a list of things to do to improve. Like a couple of things we wanna do to improve as a new player, and we choose one by one from that list to improve it and make sure our concept, like the basic concept on Juggernaut and the carry role, is pretty like on a standard basis, so that we can keep on carrying the games in the lower brackets, because this game is like a 9k average game, and it's like way higher than the games that you guys probably play in. So probably not playing as perfect as Ame did, and you guys can still win the game. Like you don't have to play as perfect as Ame is playing in this game. So this game we're gonna look into Juggernaut, what he does from his player perspective, and gonna be checking out that what we should be doing in our games instead. So this game he picks Juggernaut in the second phase. The last pick is Zeus mid, and this Juggernaut is probably, he knows he's going up against Weaver and Pango or Shaman and Pango, because Phantom Assassin is safe lane and Ember is mid lane. So since he has bought himself a magic stick, which is the very basic build: Tango, magic stick, Quelling Blade, Iron Branch, the Iron Branch for stats, Quelling Blade for last hitting, and this magic stick is gonna help him a lot when both heroes, probably the Shaman and the Pango, or the Weaver and the Pango, they all spam spells way too much. So magic stick is always viable, and unluckily he finds 4 people out here and gets first blooded. So it's sometimes stuff like that happens. Uh, it is just the first blood before the lane doesn't really matter much, even though Ember got it. So Ember will probably be a few items ahead of Zeus in the minute mark of 3 or 4, probably get his bottle a bit earlier, which can be a problem, but that doesn't really matter. Sometimes you die in the while taking the rune, but it's always good to contest rune as Juggernaut because you have Blade Fury and you can always get out. Now he's walking back to the lane, has magic stick, and as we can see, his first item is phase boots. So why his first item is phase boots? It's pretty simple, because Juggernaut does not really benefit from stats in the lane. Even though you can go for a one raid band after the phase boots, I always suggest to go phase boots first, because either phase or trades, whatever it is, your boots component will always help you get kills and harass the enemy laner more. Boots with Juggernaut, you can like go faster on the Blade Fury, hit people fast enough. Juggernaut is already pretty good base attack damage, base attack speed, which makes it 177. So, so he's against the Pango and Shaman, so he has to be pretty careful of not taking too much damage from the Shaman base hits. As you can see, he's always tried to keep himself away from the Shaman, and then when the Jakiro slows him down, so you have to always think how Juggernaut spin used to be used. If you use it too early, you're gonna misuse the spell. So here, when the Pango uses the shield crash, and the Shaman is like off position, and so the Jakiro can use the dual breath on 2 heroes, right? And dual breath slows enemy peoples down. So even if he has the boots, Juggernaut has the advantage in the movement speed. He has an advantage in the movement speed. So technically, if he Blade Furies, he's gonna get a good trade on the Shaman. because of the Jakiro slow, and once his Blade Fury ends, he is gonna try to get back. But Shaman shackles him and tries to heal himself a bit, give himself some damage, and that's it for now. He has to wait another 30 seconds to go aggressive with the Jakiro. Jakiro is always trying to zone this Pangolier out, so Juggernaut has a safe lane and does not have to 1v2. And he's gonna keep the creep waves right here because he wants more farm, safe farm under his tower, right? So he's gonna farm here under his tower. His point is always basic. We're gonna go and try to get all the last hits as much as possible. See, the Shaman is here, so the Jakiro probably can mango and slow in 5 seconds, but the Juggernaut is not gonna move from the lane because his point is always to get the get the last hits. But then he tries to help him because Pango went to the other side. But check why he goes in there, because he has 2 creeps which is dying, and they have 2 full HP creeps, right? 2 full HP creeps, and these 2 HP creeps are not gonna die to your 2 HP creeps. Now he comes back and he misses 1 last hit, but that's fine. I mean, he could not have missed the last hit if it did not go, because he can't get the Shaman anyways, but it was a good try. So he gets the boots, and the point is to always last it. So if you go in there like here and miss these 2 last hits, it's not worthy for you. But since the 2 creeps on Radiant side have like low HP, and the 2 creeps on Dire side have more HP, chances are that their creep are gonna survive and Radiant creeps are not. That's why he goes in, so he can come back and last hit after he goes to the engagement. Maybe he could have gotten a kill. But if you don't know whether to go or not as a Juggernaut, like let's say you are in the Juggernaut place and Shaman, your Jakiro is probably screaming in mic, hey guys, I can get him. No, you don't go. If you're not so sure, you don't go. If you prioritize creep here, that's totally fine, because Shaman is gonna be low HP and probably get himself a salve or go base. It's totally fine if Shaman is low HP, because then you can 1v1 the Pangolier. It's not necessary to kill the Shaman. If it's the Pango kill, I probably understand, but not the Shaman kill. It's not too important. If you get more gold from the wave, that's a much better decision to stick to the wave and get your last hits. And now he's pinging the Jakiro to go on Shaman, to go on Pangolier and keep hitting him, because once he uses the swashbuckle, he can actually go on with spin. And even if he swashbuckles, that's totally fine, because he does not have boots, so he can actually catch up to him. Yeah, now he uses the swashbuckle, and look how Juggernaut is pinging. Like, Jakiro, go on this guy, we can go with Blade Fury. And once he sees that he can't reach with the dual breath, look, now he understands that the Jakiro has low movement speed and cannot go on with the dual breath. He cannot catch. That's why he backs immediately. And Spin has radius, so the Pangolier still gets damaged, and the Shaman is trying to make a move around here, but Jakiro is slowing him, so he's never gonna get to the Juggernaut, even though he has boots. That's the power of Jakiro. Like, when you play with the carry, Jakiro is so strong. Like, when you play with the carry, not himself alone. Alone, Jakiro does not do much damage in the lane. But if you have a carry like Juggernaut or PA, chances are you're always gonna like get yourself a kill or 2 maybe. So now his phase boot is completing. He has a damage component, blitz of attack, boots of speed. So it's always 2 points in Q, and then he gets himself the healing word, which is always good for self-sustain. We're gonna speed it up a bit here. Jakiro is pulling, so he just backs off because he knows the Jakiro can't help while pulling. He has good map awareness, and he checks if he can't go on the Shaman, but he realizes Shaman is too far for him to go. Maybe if he had phase boots, he can make a run for it, but otherwise no. And Shaman, as always I have said, Shaman is not the target is Pangolier. Shaman is just a bonus skill. If you get it or not, doesn't really matter. He's gonna focus on the CS all the time. Like, he's always focusing on the CS, and then he is trying to go on the look at this. They deal so much damage to this Pangolier here, right? And then he focuses back on the creeps, and then once Shaman has used all his spells, he's trying to zone them a bit out. He sees Ruby coming, and then he tries to go on the Pango, but Pango swashbuckles, so Yeah, it doesn't matter if Jakiro dies to Shaman, right? His main focus is the Pangolier. Shaman is not always the main target. Yeah, Zeus ults and Rubik gets the kill. They communicated with themselves, I think, that they have ult. Now he has phase boots. Now game's gonna be a big changer here because Q is level 3 and he has phase boots. So chances are if Shaman is below 50% HP, they're gonna die. So yeah, yep, that's a good zoning Q. That was a zoning Q, so it's fine. He's still trying to lane, it's 7 minutes in. He's waiting for himself to get some levels and get out of the lane. Now most of the time he's gonna start pulling the wave and farm the jungle and go farm creep wave. Farm the jungle, go farm creep wave. Farm the jungle, go farm creep wave. He farms one camp. He does not stay AFK. He knows he can hit one jungle camp, one creep, two creeps, I don't fucking care. He knows he can and he goes for it because he has to keep himself in the top net worth. That's what you do as the carry. You do everything you can to get yourself ahead in the game in terms of net worth. So he sees Pangolier is gone mid. He gets himself a wave and then he knows he does not have roll, so he tries to go on and be a bit of aggressive, but then he realizes that it's no good use, so he goes on to farm the creep camps. He's always farming. Like, look how he's always hitting creep waves. Like, when he's hitting, when there's no heroes, when he feels safe, he goes to the creep wave, and when he does not feel safe, he farms the jungle. When he's farming the jungle, he knows that he's useless in the lane, so now he spins and farms. So you're gonna see a bit of farming here till the same thing happens. He's gonna go back. So here, one thing is pretty much have to be noticed, that he is look at the timer all the time. When you start jungling, you have to look at the timer. Like, he farms his way back in like the old minute, like 8:30 he goes to the big camp, then he goes to the small then he goes to like 8:30 here, then 8:45, then he comes here to stack, maybe I'm just saying estimation, and then on the new minute he goes to the lane. So this timer matters here a lot if you're boosting your farming potential. Then he understands that his creep wave is pulled. He can probably spin here. Yep, he's gonna spin here definitely. And then once he gets this wave, creeps wave, he goes on and he goes back because this is Ember. Then he's gonna walk back to the mid wave because mid wave is his secondary source of farm. Yep. Wave, go back to the mid wave. Now Ember has gotten there, and you got spin. Then you farm this. You probably farm this as well next. Oh, he wants to go back to the wave. Going back to the wave is probably not the best choice, but since they have a siege wave, I think it's worth defending. Also, like, he's probably waiting for the new minute mark, which is totally fine. But he could have gone to this way. I think that's totally fine. I think it's just because he went bot because he has a very good awareness that a siege wave is coming. But I personally think in your brackets you don't need to do this because chances are your teammates are not gonna play like this and make a fight happen around here, which is gonna help you push bottom. Like, PA is already TPing here. So these things are less likely to happen around in your bracket. So what I suggest is just go from here to here to here to here and make your way towards top lane and take this top tower instead. This is what I suggest you to do in your brackets if fights don't happen around the opposite side of the map, because when you're useless as a carry, you should be always trying to play the opposite side of your team is playing. Like, your team is playing top, you're gonna play bottom. Your team is fighting bottom, you're gonna play top. That's when you're useless, okay? So if you want to be useful, you can go with the team and take this tower. Well, Juggernaut does not have ult, so it's hard to take this tower. So he just thinks, okay, enemy 4 people are fighting here, let me push bottom with the siege wave. It's not necessary to do this all the time. You can just farm because bottom tower is not really that important. You can see the healware micro, and yep, his Maelstrom died in Courier. So this is what happens when he stays bottom. Like, if he farmed that wave, he would have been much more safer. But look at this, like, the Weaver is gonna come in and he's gonna take a lot of damage. In your lower MMR brackets, chances are this Juggernaut is never gonna TP. never gonna TP on time. So no need to really play based on the supports. You just play, go from here to here to here, make yourself mid, this, and probably try to take this tower, farm this area, just farm. No need to pressure much in the early game, even if it's useful. Chances are your supports are not, you're gonna blame you after you die. So you can see what's happening here. There's a lot of fighting here and fighting there, and Juggernaut dies here, of course. He could have taken this easy top tower, but that's fine. He also missed on the Maelstrom. The timing on higher MMR brackets is pretty strong. That's why they have to play a bit more aggressive than lower MMR brackets. So pretty much we're gonna make a notepad here of what he does. Okay, like a simple notepad over here. I'm gonna make a notepad. So the notepads is more or less gonna be a lot like this. Let me add up. Wait. What the fuck are the sources? Window capture, display capture, I guess. Display capture, right? Okay. So this is the display capture. Yeah, this is far better. So what we're gonna do is get up ourselves a new text document and just think of the things that he did. So buy magic stick against lane heroes that spam a lot of spells. X-Pangolier, Shaman, maybe PA. These are the easy ones that come to mind. Doom can be ones maybe, but it's mostly the spell like Leshrac, DK, Tiny, and the common ones we see are Mars, Razors, who spams a lot of spells. It's always a good buy. It doesn't really mean you have to turn it into a wand, but you can always keep it on magic stick. Number 2, boots component on Jug is very necessary. Stats don't benefit you much, but you can go one raid band later on and keep it till 30 to 40 minutes, because 25 minutes give you bonus. Alright. And number 3 is try to defend siege wave on 5-minute and 10-minute, and always keep hitting creeps when you aren't fighting. So number 4 is always try balancing out fighting and farming. A good carry always balances fighting and farming. So what we mean is like also farm to the jungle on old minute. When on your side, farm to the jungle on old minute on your side. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Farm to the jungle on old minute on your side, then go back to creep wave, on new minute, and farm back on old minute. So, and when you're and in enemy jungle, what you do is farm to the creep wave on old minute and farm back to your jungle or lane or triangle in new minute. So what does it do is, if you farm like 840, like 8 minute 40 second, you go to the enemy wave, like you farm enemy creep wave, okay, on old minute, like 8 minute 40 you kill the creep wave, 8 minute 9 minute you kill the second creep wave, right? 9 minute 10 or 9 minute 5, then you farm the jungle on the new minute. Why? Because if the enemy carry comes to their jungle, he's gonna find the camps empty, which the way you are denying enemy farm. So you have to understand. Oh shit. So you have to understand what's the best gold route for your carry. If you are a Juggernaut, make sure to speed TP aggressive waves unless they have BKB piercing stunts such as Wyvern and Pudge. You can also farm enemy triangle fast if you have made Battle Fury, or if you are anti-mage, if you are a hero like anti-mage or PA or Templar. So these are the main things. Now when it comes to farming between, and when it comes to choosing between farming and farting, choosing to fight always don't necessarily require your ultimate. Sometimes you can do a lot with just your spin and right clicks. This is when it comes to Juggernaut, okay? Right spin and right clicks. It really matters who and when you are choosing to fight on. Make sure you are interrupted, because let's just say you have ultimate, but no point if it just never kills anyone. So it's not the ultimate, it's your execution with what you have, and make sure you are farming, fighting for something. Okay, like tower or enemy tower or rush. Don't play for no objective. Okay, so this is what we are trying to go on for now on. We're gonna go back to the to the game capture. So yeah, as you can see, Juggernaut is farming ancient camps right now, which is stacked for him. Why did he come to the ancient camp right now? Because his Maelstrom died in the courier. He was supposed to come here long ago, but without the Maelstrom, he's not gonna farm ancients much clearly, as he always does, much faster. So he just gets his Maelstrom and comes here. Like after the Maelstrom or Battle Fury, you are allowed to farm triangle much more faster, which is much more efficient. So he keeps on farming here. He does not give a shit about the bottom tower because there's nothing to fight for there. You always fight for something. It's always gonna be tower or rush. Play for the objective as a carry, you know. Till then, your job is to get your items. If you don't have items, your hero is useless. So you need to get your items as fast as you can. So he maxes heal ward, obviously. Don't ever max blade dance because that's very stupid. You need to max your healing ward all the time. It's not just for you, but it's your team item. See how he plays this fight. So he sees that mid, there's a fight happening mid, and the shaman is dead. So the shaman is the one who can only hex him and shackle him, and they have only one stun, which comes from the Pangolier ultimate. And yeah, so he's gonna fight here, trying to fight for the enemy tower. He thinks this is a good fight, but his team dies before he can even get there, so he just gets back. It was a good attempt to fight here with the Yasha on courier, and that he has ultimate, he has everything. But why he TP'd here is to join the fight, but his teammates died so fast, so he just did not go in. And that's always a good attempt to fight if you cannot push that further onto the game. And then he is fighting for his triangle. Like if he does not come here, enemy probably takes over the triangle. And now he's telling his team, "Oh, can you come bottom? We can kill PA." And as the saying go, yeah, they killed Shaman, but yeah, his teammates die fast again. It's because of the lineup, because they don't have anyone in mid lane to take damage for them unless the aside of the DK. Like look at the Ember. Ember can easily fight and get back. He has BKB. He can always fight and get back his 916 top of the net worth. And it's a hard game for Juggernaut, because see, this is what's gonna happen. Their mid laner countered him, but Zeus is a shit hero, and they picked Zeus, and he's having a rough time. And it's pretty normal. And we are never gonna focus on winning or losing, we're gonna focus on improving. Winning will come along the way. They're trying to fight for the mid tower. Now a lot of people are gonna say that he can just split push, right? No, he can't split push. This is a pretty much high MMR game, and if he goes to split push, let's say top, he hits this tower or hits one jungle camp here, chances are that the shaman is gonna TP and he has blink dagger. He's just gonna hex and shackle him, and eventually others will join up and probably kill him. They don't even need PA to kill this Juggernaut. So it's a very rough Juggernaut game, to be honest. When they have this hex and blink dagger hex, it's always gonna be rough for a Juggernaut if they have any sort of hexes and it's not used in the fight. Like, they can always save the hex for you. That's why every time he's trying to fight, join a fight, he's checking off on the shaman whether he does have hex or not, anything. So he's trying to join his team for fights because he knows he can't push, and he's probably gonna farm around his teammates so he does not get killed either. It's not a good Juggernaut game, but he's playing Juggernaut one way or another. It's to understand that what Juggernaut can go up against and what he cannot see. He's always trying to play away from the Shadow Shaman because he knows anywhere around Shaman he's probably gonna get hexed. Yeah, and the fight's pretty fucking bad at this point. But he gets the Ember kill because the DK just comes and stuns him. This is a pretty good way for DK to get a kill. And they're really trying to get the PA, but they don't, and that's totally fine. He's gonna get the middle tower. Oh man, PA died again. Oh man, Juggernaut died from PA. And Weaver feels bad. Yeah, it's a rough Juggernaut game. But the thing is that you always gotta be pushing out waves when you're playing in the lower MMR brackets. You're always gonna be pushing out waves. So the thing is to put on the notepad that you always push out waves, cause waves give you much more vision in lane, and take better fights. You always have to push out waves. That is one thing. And if a hero kills you, like literally, oh, we missed the fight here. So Juggernaut TP is in here, right? And he sees like the Weaver is dead. He tries to help the Jug, but he sees the Shaman, right? So you know, it's a time for him to go in. Because Shaman is always gonna be Jug's worst problem, and once Shaman is dead, Jug is allowed to do anything. So always try to understand that what heroes kill you and slay away from them as much as you can. Number 10. So he TP's top and he's gonna farm again. So you see how he farms like this. Old minute he's farming the wave. Look at this, look at the timer. 23:40 he's farming the wave. He's gonna farm the wave till 24. See? New wave 23:50, and when on the old minute he's gonna farm enemy jungle. See, on the new minute he's gonna farm enemy jungle. So this is what I was talking about when I was writing down in the notepad. 24, like the new minute he's farming enemy jungle, enemy jungle, enemy jungle, enemy jungle, enemy jungle. Then he makes his way to the triangle, and they're going up in the triangle. And see the Shaman, they don't even need the PA. Like if he doesn't play from the Haki. Okay, so I'm kind of back. So the thing is, see, they don't even need the PA. If the Shaman catches him, where I think Ame made a mistake of like not understanding that the Shaman is gonna come to him once his spin is ending. Like, yeah, this is what happens when he goes back to get the item, and the Shaman kills him. The Shaman, Lions, this one with the hexes, the Scythe of Buys, they're always gonna kill him, or heavy stun locks like Magnus and stuff. He's having a hard game, But I think this was quite a mistake because he could have run back from the shaman, seeing he saw a shaman under the ward, but mistakes happen all the time. So you see the Ember is dealing a lot of damage. Here they get a stun on Ember, but he got the kill on Ember. Nice, nice, nice. This is a big kill for Juggernaut, but once again the shaman, he can spin, right? Nice. Well, unless he spins, he's dead to the shaman, so he really needs to spin and get back. The shaman is creating a lot of chaos for him in the fights. Next item is obviously Blink Dagger, because he wants to like spin and get on the head of shaman, make sure the shaman dies. I am not sure if you got Blink Dagger or not, but I myself would probably get a Skadi if I were in your Herald Bracket, because if you are in a Guardian Bracket or Crusader Bracket, chances are that your supports are not gonna back you up if you go in with a Blink Dagger. This is a very high MMR game, so everyone can hit spells, so, and chances are that in your lower bracket they won't. So you have to go in with what? With the Skadi, with walking with your team, or probably catch someone off guard, which I showed in the PA video. That like the PA video, there's someone's gonna be split away, someone's who's gonna be throwing, so you can get them with the Deso, you can get them with the eggs, with the stuff, with the this, with the that, with the Skadi. But Dagger is a pretty hard commitment item, so keep that in mind all the time. So if they're going in like this, yep, he sees his teammate dying, not much he can do. And he's dead here as well, because PA is always gonna be the better hero. The PA has like Desolator, BKB, Ags. He has too much items for a PA, man. This PA can be a real issue to Juggernaut when PA is ahead. If Jug's ahead, probably Jug kills PA, but PA is much stronger hero than Juggernaut. So my points remain the same. You have to play away from the heroes that kill you and play with the heroes that can help you kill. Okay, so play away from what? Shaman. Play with what? DK. Because DK is gonna go in and stun, and chances are Jug is always gonna get a kill if he's with with DK. You see how much magic damage these heroes deal, right? If PA makes a mistake, like Jug goes, like DK goes on PA even once, chances are he's fucking dead. And yeah, Jug's ulti gets wasted. I told you, like ulti does not do anything if it does not hit. So that doesn't mean that having ulti is always gonna grant you kills. So you can always fight even if you does not have an ult. Like look at Ame, he's fighting even without his ult at a lot of times. Just using his spin properly is gonna grant him kills. Well, we're gonna jump to a fight, and Pango dies again. Why? Because the DK blinked in and stunned. DK blink and stun can kill anyone in the game if they have the right amount of DPS. So your damage really matters, and with DK you can play and get a lot of kills on Juggernaut. You get the Blink Dagger to follow up with the DK. Skadi is always a nice item as well. The thing is to push out waves and play around your team, and always play 2 lanes when you're losing the game. What do I mean by 2 lanes? Is pretty much this. Your teammates are playing top, your supports are behind you, you're playing mid. Your teammates are playing bot, you're probably playing mid. Your teammates are playing mid, you're playing either bot, top or triangle. You're always sticking to either top and mid or bottom or mid, not bottom and top. Because if you get ganked here, your teammates can come from here. But if you're getting ganked here or here, your teammates can easily connect to you. So that's the main purpose of the 2-lane strategy. And again, they get a kill. See? Simple. What it does is they both have Blink Daggers. He's waiting for the Juggernaut, and he goes and spins. Simple. Way too much damage. Way too much damage with the 3.5 seconds stun. It's so good. So good. So good. They're gonna play for the rush, so you have to figure out who you can play with and who you cannot play with, and make sure your game decision choices always help you who to jump on and who to not when you fight, with what sort of items you need. Dagger is pretty much all fine, but you can get a Skadi as well, and you know, Look at this Pango. He got stuck. My god. He was so unlucky, man. So unlucky. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Basher is obviously needed in this game because they have Ember, they have Weaver, they have Shaman, they have Pangolier. All four heroes really suck to Basher. Like really suck to Basher. Except for Fie, everyone sucks to Basher. Like if they have Basher, chance like one Juggernaut has Basher, they have like pretty bad game. Like look what the score is, 24 to 44, and they still have a chances at this. Like they still have a chance at this. They have the edges, they have like every item they need to fight. They probably still can lose at this point, but that's fine. The Weaver kills the courier again, points out that they have observer vision there. The one thing that he dies to is the Shaman, so you have to be careful of Shaman here. Shaman has BKB, pretty good item. He keeps on pushing. The next item is MKB for the PA. Since he has the Basher, he has solved like for 4 people, the problem for 4 people. Now he has to solve the PA problem. And yeah, his ults gets wasted, and you know, everyday Juggernaut thing. Shit happens, what can you do? This and that is always gonna happen. So there are only 2 possibilities. Either you're gonna win or you're gonna fuck up and lose. This time, Juggernaut just fucked up. Shit happens. So he's back to farming. He picks up the heal word and he's gonna farm. One thing to notice is that he is always carrying a TP with him, so he can spin TP. PA does not have a basher, so chances are it's either the Hex or he's never getting bashed. He does not show up on the PA. He is gonna farm the lane behind him, and he's gonna TP out with spin. So make sure you always have a TP with Juggernaut, so you can spin TP and care for the bashes, this and that, and the number 2 point. Like if they have BKB piercing stuns, like the stun switch go through your skin, which is pretty strong. Yeah. And always make sure that you're pushing out waves if you can, that is. No need to force yourselves to do things that your hero can't do at the moment. Like right now, they have 5 people who are waving around the jungle. They have no single ward spots. And look at this, look at this, look at this. Like they are under a ward, like right here. If I'm the Juggernaut, look at me. Like they put a ward under here, and is under attack. He's standing on the high ground. So if the smoke breaks here or here or here, chances are Juggernaut is gonna break the smoke. Now how does he know that he's smoked? Because nobody's showing up on the waves, nobody's showing up at top wave, nobody's showing up at bottom wave, nobody's showing up on this ward. So they're not playing this triangle, they're not playing this triangle. So chances are they're playing this here. Okay, they're playing this here. Yep, they're playing right around here. They're playing right around here, and I don't even know it, I just can guess it. So you guys can guess it too if you just be a bit more aware of the map, which comes with practice and instinct, but mainly through like a bit of thought that where can they go and what can I do. So it's always be careful of when they're sawed up, because when they have advantage they're gonna gank up on you, and those are the chances when you don't push. Like if you can't push, don't push. If you can push, do push. It's like nothing to be really forceful about that. Oh, I still went there and died. No, you don't need to force yourself to push. And chances are they're gonna get probably a Pangolier kill here, which they should get a kill, I think. Yep, they should get this Pango kill. Nice, the Pango fucked up because he came alone. Not something you should do when your team is rotating as 5. Never. So the Pango did a huge mistake there, which is, yeah, everyone does mistakes. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. So they're gonna get the MKB, and I'm gonna fast forward this a bit. They know they have a ward here because they were running here previously. Your team is probably not gonna ward. So in the lower MMR brackets, one thing to also add is ward yourself and reward yourself, which is better for you and your team. This way you will understand how vision works. Playing carry. So this time they sort up. Yep, they sort up themselves. So sorting up down, now they have to go in. Okay. Shaman is walking bottom, as you can see. They're gonna TP in. They know the Shaman is here. They're trying to play with the DK. The DK is gonna blink in, obviously, but they did not get the Shaman because the Shaman goes away, and Juggernaut is pushing top, and now he has the Basher, which died from the courier before, and which is gonna allow him to push top. And they get the Shaman, actually. They get the Shaman. This DK Blink Dagger is working wonders here. So he gets the MKB now, and he knows that this time he can go contest PA. So he tells his teammate to buy back. This DK buyback as well probably here. I don't know. The Zeus and Rubik bought back here because Juggernaut is pretty strong at this moment. It doesn't matter if his team dies or not. The Juggernaut probably can contest PA right now with the MKB he got. And make sure that this is not gonna happen in your brackets, my friends. This is not gonna happen. So make sure to work on, like, if your team dies here and does not buy back like his teammates did, you just have to back, okay? You just have to back and wait for high ground, wait for them to throw up, wait for them to do something. Like, enemy is, chances are, like, your teammates are bad and enemy is the same bad as well. So if they're bad similarly, chances are that if you're playing good, you're always gonna win. If you're playing good, you're always gonna win. Those are the chances that you can always win. But then you're gonna lose. It's fine to lose. You learn from your mistakes, right? You can play your best and still lose, because even if you're playing your best, you can probably still improve somewhere. And some games are totally lost on cause. Like this game, probably they are not gonna win because this PA is getting strong. This Ember is getting his items. But the game is like at even point right now, unless Zeus dies to something or DK diebacks. This DK Blink Stun is gonna do wonders for them. Hopefully they get a fight around here. I'm gonna jump to the fight. And they smoked. Sadly it was only the Jakiro who tanked the smoke, and Weaver died as well. Hopefully Zeus is not dead. If the Zeus dies, he's gonna have a bad game. Oh nice, Weaver dead as well. Yep. And this is where the PA gets stronger. Why? It's not the PA. It's never the PA, my friends. As you see what happens, like, my friend Ame, who plays for LGD, kinda did a mistake here. Like, he knows that the Shaman is here somewhere. He understands, he gets the heal word, but he blinks and does not Q. And just because he does not Q and blink, or blink and Q, or Q and blink, or anything, the PA just kills him instantly. The PA just kills him instantly during the 3.5 seconds Hex. So you see what I said, the Shaman is the one who's gonna be able to kill him. The Shaman is everything in this game. The Shaman is everything. The Shaman, you get hexed, you lose fights as Juggernaut. And they know the Jug has buyback, but it's hopeless because they already get probably stuff. The Juggernaut is pretty much 100 gold away from buyback. Well, my friends, this game is more or less lost at this point. I'm not gonna continue with this game anymore. As you can see, the things you have to do in laning, that you have to care for the siege wave, you have to get your last hits, you have to prioritize last hits more. You should always prioritize dealing damage on the enemy offlane, not the support. Like offlane. You saw how they focused on the Pangolier, right? On the Juggernaut, on the Jakiro. They're always focusing the Pangolier. You have to focus on the offlane. I have to focus on protecting your siege waves and killing enemy siege waves. You have to farm, you have to hit creeps, you have to get your items. Probably not try to defend your tier 1 tower all the time, but rotate back to offlane and try to take the offlane tower with your enemy team. I mean with your team, with your offlane, and let them take your tower. It's a trade. And then farm the triangle as soon as you get your Maelstrom or Battle Fury. And make sure you have your correct timings. Make sure you don't have to always think about how to fight. Like, you know that it's gonna work in your instinct once you start practicing it well. Make sure you care for the hexes, the shamans, the abyssal breaks, this and that, the stuns from Ember, the stuns from Pangolier. You have to be always careful on those. And we have made this notepad. Everything is written down here. So buy magic stick, boots component, defend siege wave, try balancing out fighting and farming, farm to the jungle on old minute, the minute thing. At enemy jungle, you do the opposite. choosing to fight always don't require your ultimate. Sometimes you can do a lot just with your basic spells. You just have to know who to go on and who you're choosing to fight away from. You have to always push out waves if you can, that is, and ward yourself and reward yourself. These are the pretty basic points that I'm gonna talking about right now. There are a lot of points you can keep on going on talking about, but thinking about too many things at one time is probably gonna make your gameplay even worse. So, like, let's take 1 to 3, 1 to 3, and try to improve on these 3 points. Okay, 1 to 3. Then you go for 5 to 6. Once you have mastered 1 to 3, then 4 to 5, then 7 to 9, and then number 10. Like, keep on going, like one by one. Probably gonna help you. And if you have any type of questions for me, you can text me at my Gmail. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Oh shit. Have a nice day. See you guys.